Silicon Valley and Government of Odisha signed an agreement last year to foster entrepreneurship in the state of Odisha. And in that connection, TiE delegation has visited Odisha last January 16th, 17th, after this Prime Minister's State of India conference in Delhi. So some of them are also here in this room. So I'd like to start this session with the Minister to speak a couple of words.
Good afternoon to everybody. And we'll be talking about the facilitations in Odisha, and particularly, as mentioned by Sushant, our relationship with TiE since 1 year. In fact, before that, in 2010, we have had an investment meeting in which TiEcon, then Mr. Patnaik and others were involved, and in which in a team Odisha, I was a minister, but a member of the team in some other department. Now I'm in industry and education. And we are here. And Odisha in eastern India is one of the happening state under the proactive leadership of Sri Naveen Patnaik. And particularly the average annual growth rate, if you compare with India, we are either at par with India, and some years before, 1-2 years before, it surpassed the Indian growth rate. And in Odisha, we have the enabling environment. And policy-wise, our industrial policy resolution, new policy resolution in 2015, December, and the guidelines, which are unique in India, if you compare the incentives and the facilities given in Odisha. And in single window clearances, our Principal Secretary, Mr. Chopra, will elaborate, and because the time is very short, we are giving facilitations, and particularly, really, instead of a window within windows, or in a single window, not having multiple windows, we try to see that from all related departments, they converse and they are empowered, the officers. And in SL for the green industry, we give clearances within 15 days. Even some industry were given clearances within 3 days, 7 days. So, and the technological leverage is being given. And for this, everything you do online, whether you search for the land in GoI+, and the platforms were created to address the issues, even the post-land allocation issues. We have formed the land bank and other facilitations, and particularly employment betting incentives, employment-rated incentives, in which the more you employ, the more dividend you get in terms of electric tariff reduction, in terms of providing the support even for an individual up to 4,000, the skill upgradation support. And besides the concessional rate, lands are being given for the labor cluster or for the labor hostel. Another 50% subvention is being given. So in terms of ease of doing business, Odisha today ranked 7th, and the DIPP, Department of Government of India, they branded us as one of the aspiring leader. And we are doing the second phase of reforms, and done many reforms in the different sectors as well. Besides the industrial policy, we have ICT, IT policy, tourism sectoral policy, the downstream industry policy, and the agricultural policy, agri to suit, which suits the agri-based industries, as well as other sectoral policies. And these policies are not mere policy, the guidelines are issued, and effective implementation schedule with in tandem with all departments, within time, the things are happening. And particularly, besides all these things, we have novel schemes like, suppose one investor, anchor investor, intend to put up one industrial investment or a cluster, he want to invest. So the anchor investor can get land in further concessional rate. And in an SEZ, the industries that are coming in the SEZ, besides the anchor tenant, others, the lease given to the anchor tenant can be subleased. So these are the facilities, and Odisha is marching ahead in IT, in ESDM sector, and we have 5 focus sector, and we have done a roadmap up to 2025. KPMG has assisted in doing so by focusing these 5 sectors, besides, because our core area is metal and steel. And we produce 20% steel. We are having 20% steel capacity, producing capacity in India today, and 54% aluminum producing capacity of India today. And besides the metals, putting downstream industry, we are giving facilitations, and at the same time, we are diversifying to other segments, like the focus sector of IT and ESDM, and the technical textile, and the food processing sector, and the plastic petrochemical sector, and the agri-waste industry sector. So we have drawn the plans, and let me ask our Principal Secretary, Mr. Chopra, because of the short span of time, Mr. Patnaik mentioned that within 15-20 minutes we have to wrap up. Sure. So let Mr. Chopra highlight some key points and show to you a video briefly for 3 minutes what the industry captains in India say about Odisha.
A very good afternoon to all of you. Actually, Minister has already covered most of what I wanted to share with you, but let me just quickly mention a few points for your consideration and for making just a point about Odisha's investment potential. About a couple of months back, the Prime Minister of India made a tweet about the great strides Odisha has made in ease of doing business and investment promotion. So that took people by surprise, because normally Odisha is considered a state which is little laid back, little staid, and also focused on mineral and metal-based industries. However, that has changed over the past few years, and my job here is to just give you a snapshot of what has happened in Odisha and what's the growth story that Odisha has been following for the past few years. We have a new logo which talks about new opportunities that the investors can seek in Odisha, and the vision of the state government is that we want to become the investment destination of choice by continuously creating and delivering outstanding opportunities for business growth, fostering all-round socio-economic development for the state and its people. So Minister mentioned about the Vision 2025, in which we have 5 sectors. So we are giving greater attention now and trying to broad-base the industrial growth and focusing on 5 sectors which he mentioned about agriculture and food processing, chemicals and petrochemicals, textiles, downstream and ancillary, and ESDM, IT and ITS, which is expected to give us about 2.5 lakh crores of investment, about 10 lakh jobs over the next 10 years. So the people that you see on the slide are well known in Odisha, and also some of them in the Silicon Valley. And broadly, the idea is to just tell you that Odisha has a strong DNA of entrepreneurship, and we intend to tap and exploit the potential that Odisha has in fostering entrepreneurship and innovation. So I'll just tell you 5 reasons why each one of you who is looking for investment opportunities or looking to start up business should look at Odisha. The first reason is about the state capital. I think it's been mentioned, and some of you who are from India would be aware that there was a smart city challenge competition run by the government of India, in which 97 cities vied for being declared a smart city, and so that the follow-up could be done by the state government and government of India to put in place the smart city infrastructure, in which Odisha was ranked number 1 in that challenge which was conducted. Second planned city in the world, and the TiE delegation which visited Odisha in last January, I think would corroborate the immense livability index that Bhubaneswar possesses. It's the third best city in India to do business, a little dated. I think that rank probably would have improved by now, ranked one of the safest capital cities in the country, and extremely livable and a smart city in the making. What we did here is actually, the minister mentioned about the 10, about the rankings done by the Government of India on ease of doing business, and we tried to see the top 10 states in that particular ranking. How do they rank up? How do they compare in terms of the cost of doing business and living? So we just compared these states, 1 to 10 in the ease of doing business index. And as you would see, that Odisha is the most competitive in terms of the cost of doing business and in terms of cost of living. It's the educational hub of the East. I think it's not known to many people, even in India, that the kind of institution that Odisha has, and particularly Bhubaneswar, are not there in any state of the country. And for a state capital to possess institutes of such repute and eminence, I think it's something that really is extraordinary in terms of the IITs or the IIMs, the Xavier Institute of Management, the Indian Institute of Science, the All India Institute of Medical Sciences. So together we are producing about 125,000 engineering graduates every year from the state, technical people. And I just showed you among the people who are successful entrepreneurs from Odisha, I showed you the picture of Subroto Bagchi, the founder of Mindtree. And the state government has recently appointed him as the chairperson of the Skill Development Authority in the state. And the state government is working towards a mandate, a statute, which would provide the people of the state right to skills. So like we have right to education or right to health, there'll be right to skills, and Odisha will be the first state in the country very shortly to provide this kind of a skill set to its people. It has a very robust IT ecosystem. We are having an Info Valley spread over about 700 acres, providing a walk-to-work concept and all the ITS, the common facilities, the incubation centers. And we have an MOU with the Sinchu National Science Park of Taiwan. And Odisha is one state which offers a very attractive package for ESDM manufacturers over and above what is offered by the Government of India. And an only state in the Eastern India to host 5 major IT conglomerates, the TCS, Wipro, Tech Mahindra, Mindtree, and Infosys. The fifth one is regarding startups. So it's already mentioned that we are the only state in the country having a tie-up with Silicon Valley. And they are providing us assistance in mentoring and facilitating angel investing and capacity building support to our startup entrepreneurs, and also helping us with the startup policy, about which I will come to a little later. And we have a ready-to-use about 0.5 million square feet of space, which is dedicated to startups of Odisha and the country. So I will show you a small video, which will give you a flavor of what the state has achieved and what the industry captains in India are thinking about the state and the investment potential it has.
Odisha is determined to push the boundaries of its own promises and achievements.
The state of Odisha has something aspirational about it. She wants to go someplace, and there's clear indication that she wants to take people along with her.
Odisha will play a vital role in the Make in India initiative.
Odisha is a land of opportunity for investors.
I strongly believe that Odisha is one of the very promising destinations for investment.
Our investments in the state of Odisha have been very successful.
With this setup, Odisha becomes a destination for investment.
And I'm sure Odisha in the coming days will lead India to its glory of growth as well as lifting poverty.
I would like to record our deep appreciation of the Honorable Chief Minister Shri Naveen Patnaik and the entire Odisha government for their vision and far-sightedness.
I would like to offer my warm congratulations to Shri Naveen Patnaik and the entire team of the government of Odisha for the progress that they have made in the last many years.
Odisha continues to take new initiatives to become the ultimate investment destination for the global business community.
Odisha is full of people with metta, extremely intelligent people. I did not know that there are 1.5 lakh skilled engineers come out from 800 technical institutions in this state.
It has already demonstrated 10 years of high rates of growth of 11.5%.
The state's industrial policy resolution of 2015 is forward-looking and has several innovative features that are aimed at attracting investment and facilitating the ease of doing business.
For ease of doing business in the state, the mobile application of Odisha Invest is highly appreciated by industry.
Whenever states want to create big impact, there is a big vision required, and I feel extremely excited with the new vision document under the inspirational leadership of the Chief Minister and the belief that he's driving about creating new entrepreneurial blood in the state.
Odisha is the only state which has demonstrated its ability to deliver in the eBiz project with one page, one form, with one point of payment through this eBiz. Odisha has demonstrated its political determination and administrative determination to deliver projects on ground.
There is a steel project which happened, and it could not have happened without the support of the state of Odisha, the government and the bureaucrats who are sitting here.
What Odisha has actually done is gone beyond the kind of exercise that was earlier pushed by DIPP in ease of doing business indicators. So therefore what's been done today, what's been shown to you today is a template for other states to follow.
Odisha is committed to becoming an investment destination of choice and creating opportunities for business growth.
Odisha welcomes investors and entrepreneurs from across the globe and dreams to grow along with them.
Think investment. Think Odisha.
So I'll stop here. I have a few more slides which talk about the startup policy that the state has, but I think while we are discussing and taking Q&A, I can maybe take questions on that. So I'll hand it back to Sushant.
Thank you, Sushant. It's a privilege. TiE Bhubaneswar has taken a lead step in establishing all the missing link between the entrepreneurs, government, and all possible stakeholders. Bhubaneswar and Odisha, as you have seen, has been a destination, a preferred destination for all kinds of entrepreneurs. But today, what we are looking at, more startups, more IT, more ESDM, more entrepreneurs from Silicon Valley, more ODI entrepreneurs from all over the world, and TiE Bhubaneswar is going to do its best. The best thing that I can tell you is you have a vibrant leadership, vibrant bureaucracy, and people are willing. There may be some shortcomings, there may be some bottlenecks that might come on the way, but the proactive bureaucracy is ready 24/7 to address all the issues. And you have already heard the industry leaders who have expressed their pleasure and comfort in coming to Odisha for their investment. Each of the areas that needs to be taken care of, each of the bottleneck that might come or in anticipation, the Odisha policy has addressed each of the issues. Some of the shortcomings which we have seen is basically the funds coming for the startup entrepreneurs. Odisha government is seriously considering, as has been told, that they might take up the startup fund issue and even invite entrepreneurs. Even I am told Sushant is seriously looking at this issue. So soon we'll find the angel fund and venture capitalist coming to Odisha. And one of the very important thing which Secretary Industry has told, that not only we produce 1,25,000 engineers, we have the best of the institutions. Some of them are of global standard. And if we can improve upon them by creating proper incubation, acceleration, and taking them forward, and the industry and institutional linkage
to be provided. I understand the paradise, which is the Silicon Valley, was possible. The triggering point was the university, Stanford University. And we have a multiple institution of repute. And once they are activated, which government of Odisha is seriously considering, I think other industries to flow into the Odisha will be a matter of time. I welcome all of you and take advantage of the opportunity that is Odisha, which is there before you, and TiE Bhubaneswar will be ready to do everything. In addition, I want to inform that in November this year, TiE Bhubaneswar and Government of Odisha are planning to have a mega event wherein the startups, the entrepreneurs from all over the world, the summit for the global ODI entrepreneurs, all will assemble, global entrepreneurs to assemble in November to make it a major event where all stakeholders will be there. Thank you very much.
I am happy to see in the audience the CMD of SIDBI, Mr. Chhatrapati Shivaji. Please say one line here. Please, can you, if you can, it will be a gesture if you can come, say one word, because he promised that for to set up that venture capital fund, he will be giving technical assistance. I mean, he can partner with the Odisha government or the consortium, whatever it will be formed.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Of course, after this, I will be talking to you people. Let me tell you, whenever we start the entrepreneurial journey, Joho has already shown you that the manpower, in terms of all the factor of inputs, are the most important things. The human capital plays a very dominant role. And the Odisha government presentation you have seen, 1,25,000 plus number of the talented, technically competent human capital is coming out every year. That will help you a lot in terms of devising your own business model, whichever segment you are interested in. And this is the state where you can see that there is a consistency of the policy, consistency of the entire policy framework, and their commitment, which is very, very important. Because for a business, now these days, beside whatever the uncertainty in your business model, you always take it. But the most important thing, the predictability. And predictability will come from the stability of the political environment, stability of the administrative environment, which one of the speaker, the Niti Aayog CEO, has also mentioned in the presentation, in the video. These are all the positive features any of the entrepreneur will be interested for. Now coming on the startup side, I will give you the details in my next, I think after this there is a presentation I will tell you, that the entire country is so vibrant, every nook and corner of India is actually bubbling with the enthusiasm, with their ideas, with their sharpness of their business model, which ultimately matter, and the country is definitely going forward in that context. And Odisha is obviously one of the brightest spot. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chhatrapati.
Question. Now, panel would like to answer your questions. Please come forward.
Good evening. My name is Anand, and I'm a venture capital investor. I have invested in 60 startups, mostly in US, Europe, and few in India. Recently, we met Mr. Chandrababu Naidu, Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh. He made a similar pitch, and he helped us clear our file in 40 working days. Not a single rupee was paid by me or my colleagues to any of the officials in Andhra Pradesh. 8,000 square feet state-of-the-art accelerator was provided with full plug-and-play infrastructure. And I noticed that a change. This is a very fresh change that I noticed about India, having left India about 25 years back. I would love to come to Odisha.
Thank you.
I would love to invest in Odisha. as long as there is an assurance that the meeting appointments are held in time, investors like us are not made to wait for hours, and thirdly, there is a platform, an entrepreneurial platform that is developed or built whereby we are respected because we leave everything out here in the US, come all the way to your part of the state, and we expect the minimum decorum or the minimum dignity. What I've noticed is that most of the times the officials are extremely proactive, but back home, there's a lot of other challenges that they face with. What kind of incentives, and here is my question, what kind of incentives would the state government of Odisha would provide if we were to come in with some capital, more importantly, mentorship, support for startups in Odisha? Thank you very much.
Well, we have a host of incentives. I would not, because that will take a lot of time to explain all the incentives to you. We have a stall here, and as I mentioned, all the incentives, all the provisions, all the policies are there on the website. We have a mobile app, Invest Odisha. You could refer to that. In case there are any queries, you could revert to us. We'll be very happy to answer the questions. But more importantly, what you mentioned about the timeliness of decision making, Odisha is perhaps the only state in the country where 42 services that businesses need are under the right to public services with a fixed dateline. In case there is any delay, not only does the officer get penalized, but also you are entitled for a deemed approval. This is something which is unique in any part of the country. 40 days is what you said. We have a policy of delivering the approval to you within 30 days, and not working days, 30 days from the date of application. And in case it's a green category industry, not creating any pollution, it will not take more than 15 days. In practice, we have given approvals within 1 day.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. And I wanted to be quite frank and candid because it is only...
And no payment to anybody.
Absolutely. Thank you.
We have one or two more questions.
I'm Perry Mistry, chemical engineer, specializing in high-tech manufacturing of stents, catheters, plastic and polymer components, heart valves, and all types of body parts. Now, India, with a population of 1.3 billion, there is a huge population, aging population, and long-term care is also a major issue. So I would like to know what is the long-term care policy of Odisha state or if Indian state, and what help you can give to Silicon Valley entrepreneurs to work on long-term care in India or in Odisha.
So what is the question? Yes, they don't.
Long-term care, aging population. People are going from 60, 70, 80. In Silicon Valley, the average age life is about 77. I'm from San Jose. Evergreen Valley's aging span of life is about 81 years. So what is the aging population long-term care policy of India or in Odisha state?
Okay, so
quickly. Some investment questions should come.
Investment questions should come, and this is the geriatric care. We are having that policy, and to support the senior citizens in the social sector, we have policies. And
it's the best policy in the country.
And you are welcome to any investment for exactly what they require, so we can address to that problem.
I think today's focus is more on industries, IT and technology, but one of the neglected or maybe would need a lot of help in India is the agriculture. And I have a solution to propose to take the pain away from the farmers and come up with an innovative idea. So if you have time, I would like to sit with you and have a discussion.
We will take it outside in our... Sounds good. And definitely we'll welcome. And Odisha today, we are getting in productivity, 4 times consecutively we got the awards, national award.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for participating in this session.